Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday, May 27th, so happy Sunday, everyone. We're rolling into the end of the week as well as the new week. So, just if you haven't already, take a breath today. Take a moment this morning to just not just relax, but just take a moment of just maybe meditation. If you don't already make that a part of your regular morning routine or anything like that, take a moment to really spend time with yourself today. And we'll definitely get into the cards, but that's definitely what I feel is we really need to get in touch with not just ourselves, but understanding the triggers that we are experiencing. That we can feel very stagnant right now. I feel, especially with these cards, that we're feeling stagnant. Like we're trying, and it's not even that we're not trying. It's not like we're stagnant because we're literally just sitting there. We're waiting for something to come to us. We're trying, but it's almost like we're in quicksand. Like every little step isn't actually helping us. It's not actually getting us anywhere. And what we're really, especially with the cards, are guiding me to say is we really need to go within if you don't already do so, or aren't already taking the time to do that, instead of being very reactive to everything and just being like, why is everything not moving, or why is everything changing, why is everything falling apart, and this, that, and the other. Just feeling like just running around with our head chopped off is kind of the way that I'm seeing it. So let's just talk a little bit about the cards, I guess. We have Four of Coins. Sorry I'm doing this a little bit differently. It's a little shaky, but I was just out here meditating and didn't really feel like risking it to run inside for my tripod. So we're just going to wing it. So we have a Four of Coins, the Hermit reversed, Seven of Wands. I'm sorry. Bottom of the deck is Ten of Cups reversed. So just the bottom of the cup already tells me like our personal values are not aligned. Like something, like we're that, like the word, I'm so tired of using the word balance, but like that's the word that keeps coming to my mind. Is like there's a give and take between things that's not working. Our personal values are not aligning. The way that our mind and our heart are, they're not on the same page. They're trying to get there, but they're not on the same page. And that's why on the outside, it's not looking like anything's changing, or why it's looking like the same way it's feeling inside. That Four of Coins feeling of just like looking around and just being like, I have no idea what's going on. Or like, that's at least when I look at this card, it's like not knowing what's going on. And so it's just like seeking to like find some way to understand, to gain some sense of control of things, like to really, because I feel like it feels chaotic. It feels out of our hands. But this, like I said, this can also mean block change. Like something isn't changing. And with this, the sevens in general, kind of, not necessarily just stagnation, but kind of like needing to take a moment to kind of like, whoa, reassess. So when we move into the Hermit card here, especially with this in reverse, it can always go one of two ways. So either if you haven't been spending enough time trying to get in touch with your spiritual nature, or, meditating, or spending any kind of time just with yourself, getting to know your own self, then that's really what this is calling for. But if you've been doing that, maybe you've been spending too much time in the spiritual nature. Just trying to take in everything. With it being reversed, that can usually mean like isolation. Maybe you feel isolated. Maybe because you've been so much in your spiritual world, not even so much like on purpose, but that because so much has been changing, how you once felt is no longer the same. And so now you're not aligned, like it's not aligning. Now your new feelings don't align with your old ways or old ways of feeling. The thing I noticed on the bottom is that the clock arms. And this is like the Virgo card, like the time. I feel like I mentioned that a few days ago with that grand earth trine that I see no one mention, but because I mean the vertex is not an actual point, and I feel like the vertex just in general is just very hard to kind of, we don't know enough about it, but I just felt that that was important, that particular trine with that vertex in Virgo, that was important, and I honestly feel like this is confirmation. Like the end of linear time, it is upon us. It really is. The end of like the way that we've currently been doing things, the 3D way of doing things is totally changing. Like I totally see that when I look at this. Especially with a little twinkling star. Makes me think of Orion and the Oracle card that I pulled for this week too. I can even see this as like, you know, us realizing our Merkaba or Merkaba, however you want to pronounce it. Like fully activating and realizing our light bodies and our, you know, our light vehicles. You know, if that's any terminology that resonates with you. So as we move into this 7 of Wands here. Oh, give me a second. Alright, we are back at a different angle. But if y'all guys want to know something about, I guess not even about my life, but I guess it's like day in the life of a reader, when you like pull cards and then you high key get a trigger that was like just what you were talking about in the cards, and you high key have to take the advice that was given in the cards. Yeah, that just happened. So I guess I'll talk a little bit about that as I go into the cards a little bit more. I'm not even entirely sure of where I ended off, but let's just jump back into it. Or let me just discuss, I guess, what it is that I guess that I learned through like this mini moment that I just had. It wasn't really a moment, but it was definitely a trigger, and it definitely reminded me of this wanting my personal values to align with what is going on in my reality. Because that's what I feel, especially now when I look at these cards, is like I feel like I'm inside, I know who I am and all this stuff, and like now I'm like just waiting for the outside. Like I'm just looking on the outside and waiting for it to really actually manifest what it is that I'm feeling. Or at least that's my personal feeling that I'm having right now. So I feel like I left on the Hermit in reverse. Oh, I believe the last thing I had mentioned had to do with no, you're right. I feel like I did finish talking about this because I mentioned the Merkaba and all that stuff, right? Alright, so let's get to the 7 of Wands here. So 7 of Wands, this also came up in the weekly forecast, so definitely an energy that is being felt or picked up on. I feel more so towards the beginning of the week, because that's where the, you know, where this card was positioned. But 7 of cards is always, not always, but reminds me of, you know, conviction, whether we are standing firm in our willpower. And I'm thinking very firmly the willpower, the yellow. I definitely not urge you, but if it interests you, to definitely check out the weekly forecast, because definitely feel like everything that is being received through here was also received through the weekly forecast, as far as like what the energies are feeling like now. But we're having to really stand firm in who we are, and not just stand firm, but we have to be able to act on it. We have to be able to shake some things up. Honestly, things are not going to be pretty and like neatly tied up and completed in a package. Like that's what I'm really feeling. or not even just now with this, but I believe the Seven of Wands was reversed as a clarification card in my weekly reading. So seeing this in, upright is definitely like, I guess, extra additional confirmation that yes, 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 we are being told to stand in our power. We have been made aware of what it is. Like, that's definitely what I feel here. Is like, we've been made aware of what our powers are. Now, the reality is not going to shift until we do. We have to make something happen. We are the catalysts in our own lives, That's what I'm seeing here, especially with the way that this lightning is coming from his hand. You can even relate that to the Uranus field, that you've got to take this Uranus, power, channel it yourself, make that change happen yourself. I mean, ultimately, you are always being assisted, or that's my belief. We're not ever alone in this, but that, you have to be able to do it too. Like, Mike the Peace Dealer, if you guys follow him, he mentioned it in a video about Soul Eater, about, soul resonance, where the user as well as the weapon, they both have to be in sync. It's not about, the user just wields the wand or the tool, or that the tool just leads, the user. It's a very much a partnership. It's a union. And I feel like that's even more speaking to this Ten of Cups and it not being aligned and having to work on that. So I guess if you could say today, if there was anything, soul resonance is definitely a feeling of the theme I'm getting today, of really needing to, these are internal battles. I guess that is definitely what I'll just say. Is like, even if you're having any kind of interactions with people in, in your reality or whatever, I honestly want to say, look at that as a mirror and take that as a time to reflect and take a time to see, what is this supposed to show me? What is this supposed to teach me? What is this supposed to illuminate to me? Definitely. So, with that, I will definitely end it. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. I know it was a little bit shaky, and definitely, I mean, I guess the way that this reading was done is even symbolic of the way I'm feeling with the energy today. It's definitely unsettled. Like, it just feels very much up in the air and a needing to go with the flow. The more you try and, like, grind your heels and try and not go with it, like, I'm imagining it almost like a kite. Like, if you dig your feet in too much, or you, like, just put your weight on it, like, you can low-key just get drugged by, like, there's, I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the right analogy, y'all. But, I feel like y'all might know what I'm saying. Let me just stop myself before I keep talking. But, again, I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Many, many blessings, and so much love to you all. And, oh, yeah, definitely check out the weekly reading. I don't want to say stress that enough, but I definitely felt like it was important. And check me out on Instagram at Gladiator in Sweats. Believe that is it. Just wanted to give you guys a shot of the sky, just because I'm just looking at the clouds before the sun comes over my way and I can see her. It's just, I don't know. I just love it when the clouds look like this, y'all. So, alright. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.